Hello, my name's Wendy Mulcahy. I'm a solicitor. I'm a committee member of the Caxton Legal Centre. The law offers women an exciting and challenging career. There's lots of opportunities for women to work in a diverse range of areas within the law. Queensland has many inspirational and talented women in a wide range of areas in many senior roles. These women serve as a role model to many young women that are looking to enter the profession. As a solicitor, I specialise in criminal defence. Crime is a particularly challenging yet can be a very rewarding area of the law. Crime is a practice area that has many challenging aspects. Domestic violence, for example, is something that people don't like to speak about and certainly don't like to discuss openly. However, our community, as we all know, is struggling to come to terms with the implications of domestic violence and family violence. Whether you're a defendant or an application in proceedings, it's an extremely stressful and challenging time for you and your family. My advice is that you need to seek professional legal advice in relation to proceedings. This can be through engaging a private solicitor, applying or making an application to legal aid, or alternatively seeking the services of a community legal centre like Caxton Legal Centre. Protection orders are extremely complex, and the applicant and also the respondent need to understand the implications of these orders. The applicant, for example, needs to seek advice in preparing the order or making an application to the court. This could be done through the police or also engaging the services of a legal practitioner. You need to keep records, dates and precise times in relation to the alleged offending. You should also keep details in relation to any text messages, recordings, photos and also the details of any witnesses to the alleged offending. In summary, you need assistance in preparing this application, and there's a range of services that can help you in that regard. Alternatively, if you are the respondent named in a protection order application, there's some significant advice that needs to extend to you. This includes never give a statement to police without first seeking legal advice. Things that you may say can be used against you. Also, never consent to an order without first obtaining legal advice. There's some very significant implications in relation to having an order made against you. These serious implications could lead to further criminal charges. Breaches, sometimes mere technical breaches or simple breaches, can have significant impacts for you and lead to criminal charges and you facing court in relation to those breaches. People that have protection orders made against them need to understand the terms and conditions of a non-contact order. Behaviours such as texting and even using emails and social media can be deemed to be contact and can also further lead to breaches of protection orders. Continued behaviours in this regard could constitute stalking, harassment and alternatively using a carriage service to menace, harass and cause offence. If you find yourself in this position charged with these offences, these are extremely serious and you need to seek legal advice. And as I've indicated, there's a range of services that you can access to assist you in that regard. Also, there are times when people reconcile their relationships and they may want to amend or vary the terms of the order. My advice in that regard is to always seek legal advice before you attempt to breach or reconcile any of the conditions that are listed in your protection order.
Hi, my name is Lena Landell. I'm a social worker here at Caxton Legal Centre. And community legal centres such as Caxton have long realised that legal issues don't occur in separation. So people that see us sometimes have problems around social isolation, they might need some financial advice, and they also have family and relationship breakdowns. And some of the people we see here have mental health issues, and other people have issues around housing. So some people are at risk of homelessness or are already living on the streets. So the social workers here at Caxton can help you link into other support services, and we can support you as well. We have social workers in the seniors team, and we have social workers in the generalist team. So you're very welcome to come and talk to us, and together we can make out a bit of a plan how to best support you through your legal issues.
Hi, I'm Margaret Arthur. I'm a solicitor, and I'm also a member of the management committee here at the Caxton Legal Centre. I was lucky enough many years ago to work here at Caxton full time, initially in the child support program. So helping a lot of mums in particular who are raising children and finding it very difficult to do that on their own, both financially and in many other ways. I then moved into the elder law service, where the focus was upon helping elderly people who were facing forms of abuse. We saw a lot of financial abuse in the service, as Caxton still does. Caxton helps a lot of elderly people who are facing some form of elder abuse. The message that I think you need to keep in mind as you get older and perhaps are looking at your later years is that prevention is much better than cure. As with all aspects of life, having information and being forewarned is very important, because if you do have the information, then you can make decisions on an informed basis. I think women are by nature caring and generous, and it's very, very easy as we age to feel that we want to help those we love the most. It's important that we protect ourselves. For example, if you're looking at making an enduring power of attorney, you need to give that document careful consideration, because loved ones who you may wish to trust and who may be well deserving of your trust will have a lot of control over your life, and you need to think that through. So it's very tempting to go to your local shopping centre and to make one of those documents without really giving them proper thought. But you need to understand that the people that you're appointing as your attorneys could potentially do such things as sell your home and decide which aged care facility you enter in the future. You may decide that you don't want to appoint just one person, but you'd like to appoint two people who will act together in looking after your affairs. And there's very good reason to do that. It's also important to think about whether you want to include some particular conditions in your enduring power of attorney. They're a document that you can do yourself, but as with everything, get some legal advice before you go down that track of signing off, because it will come back to be a very important document in the future for you. It's also very important if you're thinking about gifting money to loved ones, as women often do as they get on, or you may want to lend money to someone, or you may want to move in with someone or give property to somebody. Before you make any decisions of that sort, it's really vital that you speak with Centrelink, because decisions of that sort can impact on your pension. And you need to know that you'll be able to afford to lend that money or to make that gift. It's very important. Another consideration for you is that perhaps if you're widowed, you may decide that you want to enter a granny flat arrangement with relatives so that you're living under the one roof. That's a natural thing to want. But please be aware that co-ownership arrangements, granny flat arrangements in particular, can expose you to a lot of risk down the track if things don't work out. So as with all matters, get information, get legal advice before you sign off or do anything. Just one last tip, your PIN number. Very important that you don't give that away. It's very tempting for people who hold your PIN number to use it at an ATM or for net banking. So just be very careful about things like that. If at any time that you feel you are exposed to some form of financial abuse or you're not comfortable about a situation, don't hesitate in contacting the Caxton Legal Centre and the Seniors Legal and Support Service. The phone number 3214 6333. 3214 6333. Free advice, and it could save you a lot of headaches down the track.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm a volunteer lawyer here at Caxton Legal Centre. Unfortunately, often our clients need legal advice about contract disputes, and here are some tips that will hopefully help you avoid those kinds of problems. Always read a contract in full and make sure that you understand it before you sign it. If there's something that you don't understand, get independent legal advice before you proceed. If you're worried about the costs of getting independent legal advice, try to see the cost as an investment to prevent far greater financial loss in the future. Make sure that a written agreement reflects what you've been verbally promised, and always keep a copy of a contract that you've signed. If ever in doubt, seek legal advice. Caxton Legal Centre runs an employment law service through which we can advise people who've been earning less than $67,000 per year about dismissal, workplace bullying, discrimination, wages, and your conditions of employment. It's really important for you to fully understand the terms of your employment, so make sure that you have a copy of your employment contract or know what award applies to your job. An award is a document that outlines basic terms of employment depending on the industry that you work in, and they're available online for you to look at. If you want to know what award that you're covered by, ask your employer or contact the Fair Work Ombudsman. When things go wrong at work, for example, if you're dismissed or your shifts are cut without warning, you need to get legal advice immediately. Some very short time limits apply if you wish to seek a remedy.